Ladies, gentlemen, MBs, welcome back to another reaction. Today, at long last, I would even say, we are finally listening to Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. This has been kind of on the docket for a hot while. I would even say pretty much once I started the channel, and I've been just kind of meaning to do Olivia for a minute, but it's just been something I've just been kind of pushing off for whatever reason, one reason or another. And I was gonna do Guts, which I'll get into my reason why I'm doing Sour instead. But I was gonna do Guts, you know, a few weeks down the line, but I saw that Olivia's teasing her third album and we got some ground to cover. So kind of hopping on the hype, and I think it's like, now's the time. So TLDR, that's what we're doing and why we're doing this now. But while I was gonna do Guts before Sour, I'm gonna be totally transparent here. At first, for some of these albums that like I've heard some of these tracks on, I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, what am I trying to explain here? Like, for example, like when I did Short and Sweet a few weeks back, I was almost hesitant on doing this album or reacting to it just because I thought I knew a lot of these songs already. And to be fair, I did. But some of the tracks I either didn't know beforehand and I knew just because of them being so popular, which was fun. But on the other hand, it's like, even if I do know these songs, I probably haven't heard them in a minute, and I'm listening to them like under a totally different lens. So, you know, like hearing them years ago on just like the radio is totally different to then paying more close attention, analyzing lyrics, analyzing production. So I think there's a couple of tracks that I have heard, obviously, just because, again, this album is crazy streamed. I didn't even know, like, I knew Olivia was obviously huge. I saw her, or I didn't see her, but I saw the crowd when she was at Lollapalooza, literally, like, broke records. So obviously she's gargantuan, but like 2 billion streams, 2 billion streams, 2 billion streams, 2 billion streams, like, and multiple just 1 billions. Like, this is like one of the most streamed albums I feel like I've seen. So obviously I've heard Driver's License, obviously I've heard Deja Vu, obviously I've heard Good For You, at the very least. Brutal sounds familiar. Traitor has a lot of streams, but I don't know if I know that one by name. Again, maybe I'll know it by sound. So that's my background. I gotta be transparent here because, again, I may have heard some of these things, but we're gonna look at through a little different lens. Anyways, as per usual, you know the spiel, you know the drill. We're gonna look at Genius real quick just to get a little bit of background on this album, and then we're just gonna kind of get into it. We're not gonna look at the Genius for the rest of this album. I'm going to kind of mention here again, I feel like I'm a very production-focused channel. Obviously, this has changed as I listen to some of these albums. I feel like some of these artists, you know, I get brought into the world of their lyrics and their voices, and obviously I feel like their voices is used as an instrument is definitely something that I pay attention to when I'm thinking of production. But I don't know, we're gonna make our own interpretations. I'm not gonna look at the Genius for interpreting the lyrics. I feel like, especially on first listen, that defeats the purpose, at least for me. Again, if I'm objectively wrong and, you know, you feel type of way, please let me know what I miss. I'll certainly, you know, do some research after as well on these albums, but I don't know Olivia, and it's just, you know, me and the music. So I guess we'll see. Anyways, let's read this Genius synopsis real quick here. So Sour is the debut studio album by Olivia Rodrigo, released through Geffen Records and Interscope Records. Okay. Initially envisioned as an EP, Sour was later expanded to a full-length album due to the breakout success of her debut single, Driver's License. Okay, good to know that Driver's License was the breakout single. The announcement of the album was on April 1st, April Fools. Also coincided with the release of her second single, Deja Vu. Third single, Good For You, was released May 14, 2021. Wow, those are some banger singles. Okay, noted. Sour was certified 6 times platinum, won Best Pop Vocal Album at the Grammys. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Debuted at #1. Okay, wow. So even like when she was popping, like, it's one thing for an album to come out and then get success later on, especially for like a newer artist if this is her debut, but for her to get that much hype even before, like just through like one song, I don't know, I just think it's crazy just the amount of growth that she's had in such a short time. Love that for her. So okay, last thing is per usual, these videos are uploaded unedited and early on Patreon, so if you want to see that, links will be down below. Oh, and we do these live on Twitch every Monday, so except when I'm sick. So if you want to check that out, links below. Y'all know the drill. But last thing, gonna look at the cover art real quick. I think it's cool. I think it's really iconic. I don't really have, you know, too much to say other than I feel like it kind of gives, I don't know, I think from the songs I have heard, it kind of paints the kind of teenage angst of the album. Digital Guy in chat informed me that this album was written for the most part when Olivia was 17 and 18, so definitely fits hand in hand with that. I love like the stickers on her face, gives, you know, scrapbook, yearbook type vibes, and even just the framing of, you know, how she's kind of shot here definitely gives like a yearbook type photo as well. So definitely lending to that. Iconic. Let's get into track 1, Brutal. I feel like this is going to be a lot of tests here, seeing if I know these songs, but I guess we'll find out. Track 1, Brutal. Wow, strings. Okay, nice little quick little resolution there. Okay.
I'm so insecure, I think that I'll die before I drink. And I'm so caught up in the news of who likes me and who hates you. And I'm so tired that I might quit my job, start a new life.
I'm just gonna let her cook. I'm just gonna let her cook here.
Disappointed, cause who am I if not exploited? And I'm so sick of 17. Where's my fucking teenage dream? If someone tells me one more time, enjoy your youth, I'm gonna cry. And I don't stick up for myself. I'm anxious and nothing can help. And I wish I'd done this before. And I wish people liked me more.
I gotta pause right before this kind of breakdown. Man, tale as old as time. People saying enjoy being 17, whatnot. They never learn. They never learn. Hey, I was there. I'm sure y'all were there. But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna save this comment for later, but I guess I'm just gonna kind of get out of the way real quick. Again, fortunately, gotta pause just so that way YouTube doesn't smite me for playing the song in its entirety, and we gotta react. But I feel like for getting into this album, I kind of knew a little bit subject matter wise and just kind of framing of her being 17, 18, and going into it, I feel like I kind of had a little bit of a weird air of being like, am I really gonna relate to this? But like, I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to relate to it now, but I think it's gonna be more of like a nostalgic relation. So I'm gonna look at through that lens to kind of get the most out of it. I think here is gonna be kind of the best way for me interpreting the lyrics. So, but like younger people and adults in that crowd, obviously she appeals to everyone. So, ooh, that was a really cool production thing. Hang on, I was kind of yapping over that. Let's run that back here. Wow, what a crazy song.
I hate the way I'm perceived. I only have 2 real friends, and lately I'm a nervous wreck, cause I love people I don't like, and I hate every song I write, and I'm not cool and I'm not smart, and I can't even parallel park.
This song has how many streams? You better start loving your songs. You're cooking.
Brutal out here.
Yeah, what is that like feedback? It's like, I was gonna say it's like a synth or something, but like it's just totally like guitar feedback. Back to the strings. I think this is, yeah, same string arrangement from the beginning. Wow, okay, that was a great intro. Honestly, really quick, got us kind of in and out into the vibe, but I love this. I love kind of the blend. I love the intro and the outro, just that kind of string arrangement. I feel like there's kind of a little bit of a sweetness, kind of innocence to kind of this whole ordeal, but obviously the whole bulk of the song is angst. I don't know, it's kind of interesting because like some of the stuff that she's talking about is very, you know, putting ages on the things, right? Being like, oh, I'm so sick of being 17. But again, I think the part that's relatable is it's like, it's not just kids. I feel like even the reason my adults can relate to, especially like a song like this, and definitely I can relate to it. I think it's just, you know, people always tell you that you should be something else or that you should be enjoying your life or like things are going to get worse or whatever. So you better enjoy it now. But it's like people aren't there for you when you actually need it then. I don't know, just a note, but great intro, kind of taking the bitter with the sweet here. But yeah, let's keep rolling. Let's get into track 2, Traitor. Again, it's got a bajillion streams. Of all the ones that have a bajillion streams though, I don't think I know this one. I guess we'll find out. The name doesn't sound familiar. Okay. Ooh. Great chord there. That was.
Brown guilty eyes and little white lies. Yeah, I played dumb, but I always knew.
Coldplay. Fix You type organ.
Even worse, I kept quiet so I could keep you. And ain't it funny how you ran to her second that we called it quits. And ain't it funny how you said you were friends? Now it sure as hell don't look like it. You betrayed me, and I know that you'll never feel sorry.
What a unique
The way I heard you
drum here. It's so muddied.
when we were together, loved you at your worst, but that didn't matter. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor.
Okay, so seems like a cheating sort of situation. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. Okay, it's like, got it. Okay, she cooked. I'm glad she wrote that. Just kind of further emphasizing kind of what I was thinking there. But anyways, let's continue.
Now you bring her around just to shut me down, show her off like she's a new trophy. I know if you were true, there's no damn way that you could fall in love with somebody that quickly.
Like the emotion in her voice there picked up a little bit.
All the twisted games, all the questions you used to avoid. Ain't it funny? Remember I brought her up and you told me I was paranoid. It took you 2 weeks to go off and
I'm gonna talk over this for a minute.
but you're still a traitor.
Okay, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna let them cook.
God, I wish that you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you. When
She's sleeping in the bed we made. Nice.
Don't you dare forget about the way
Vocals, okay.
'Cause I know that you'll never
Right now,
feel
okay. I feel like I'm really focusing on just the way she's using her voice.
Talk to her when we were together.
I'm still trying to learn who Olivia is here, right?
Your word, but that didn't matter. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her.
I love this
Guess you
build here.
didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor.
I'm just kind of surprised we slowed things down this much on the second track.
Yeah, you're still a traitor.
I think that's really just kind of unique to me.
God, I wish that you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you.
Ooh, no chord resolution, unresolved trauma. A little bit of music theory there. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that it kind of slowed things down here. I think that's kind of interesting for how we started off so bombastic, but hey, I mean, I guess that's life. You know, it's kind of being plugged around through emotions. And for this to kind of transition into driver's license, I think is also perfect building. Something you got to think about, I feel like, when album sequencing is, if you want to have driver's license 3 and you had like maybe a more up-tempo song at 2, it'd be kind of harder to get into the vibe of driver's license. So I feel like Traitor, while a fantastic song on its own, really was a great vessel for me to get into the mood of driver's license as well, which again, I know cooks, I've definitely heard, and I think that song is fantastic, and I'll talk at length once we actually get to it. But yeah, I think that was kind of a great setting up here of just track 1, kind of setting up just the emotional, general vibe. But I'm kind of curious if there's a bigger story here in the frame of this album. It seems like she's mentioning someone that by technicality didn't cheat on her, but someone that she's known has been talking to, behind her back, or had feelings for while they were dating, type thing. And again, I know kind of the subject matter of driver's license. I'm kind of curious if this is going to be something that persists throughout the album or not, or if just multiple situations where she gets screwed over, which would be the worst case scenario. But unfortunately, that's just how it would be. God, wish the best for her if that is the case. But let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to business. Track 3, driver's license. Obviously, I've heard it, but I haven't listened to it in a minute. Got the headphones on. Let's lock in here.
I got my driver's.
Already cooked right off the bat. I haven't listened to the song with like headphones underneath the microscope. I didn't know that the keys start thing with the the door open like chime in beat to lead in. Fire. I do not remember that. Diegetic world building. In my pop album, sign me up.
Driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying cause you weren't around.
Wow, that synth was crazy. Remember the pitch bend?
You're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. Cause how could I ever love someone else?
Okay, you can't see it. I already kind of got goosebumps. I'm gonna...
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine.
Wow, this piano thing with their voice is so beautiful right now.
Now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. I don't even know what to say. Again, I got to do an obligation pause here, but I feel like this is a song where, again, I don't mean this in a bad way. I feel like this is a song that, I feel like the bones of the song, like the instrumentation and all of that, this is an example, right, where I feel like sometimes they focus a lot on production, right? And sometimes production can make or break a song. I don't think that that's the case here at all. This is not a song where I feel like any artist, what am I trying to say? Some artists, you'll have a song that's, made by someone else or written by someone else, which is fine. They find something that relates to them and then, they have that writing, whatever. Or producer, they have someone make something that, had been shopped around to a couple different people and then finally lands on this one artist. This production, you could argue, you could maybe hear someone else on this, singing something else, but the lyrics that ended up landing on this record and the way Olivia is presenting it here and the way she sings about it is like so personal, where like it has the makings of pop song, but you can hear it coming from the heart from Olivia here. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to reach too hard to find out why something is good, but like it's raw. I don't know. Let's run this back real quick. I feel like I mentioned in the last song, me trying to learn Olivia. Like I knew Olivia's personality obviously through the song. I feel like it shows her full spectrum of the way she sings. And while we got a little taste of it, I feel like in the last two songs, this song has like... Gotta let it build. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna let them cook. Wow, vocals. Big synth build.
You said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Okay, I knew that was coming. I'm gonna run this back. I don't remember that. I'd never heard like that bass line leading into this. I always thought it was so sudden, but I guess there was kind of a bass lead in. Okay. Doom, doom. Already such an iconic bridge.
Cause I still fucking love you, babe. Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing.
Again, like this arrangement is just piano collapse, some synth texture on the top, but again, Olivia's vocal just makes the song. I don't know.
I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
Okay.
imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. 'Cause you didn't mean what you wrote in that song.
Good chord.
Me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Right.
You said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Okay, we're 2 tracks in a row where the chords are unresolving. I'm praying by the end we get some closure here, Olivia, with what we're going through here. I have faith in her. I have faith she'll move on. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I glazed this song enough. It's just fantastic, and especially if this is your debut single, like I can understand why we believe the hype. I believe the hype. I totally understand it. So, all right, I'm just gonna keep rolling. Get into one unfamiliar territory, then we'll get into familiar territory, and then we'll go back into unfamiliar territory. But I don't think I know this one. 1 step forward, 3 steps back. How do we pick up from driver's license? Unresolved chord, low piano. Ooh, I like the birds here. It's like if driver's license was nighttime, it's like we slept it off and now we're into the next day here.
All I did was speak normally. Somehow I still struck a nerve. You got me fucked up in the head, boy. Never doubted myself so much. Like, am I pretty? Am I fun, boy? I hate that I give you power over that kind of stuff. It's always 1 step forward and 3 steps back. I'm the love of your life until I make you mad. It's always 1 step forward and 3 steps back. Do you love me, want me, hate me? Boy, I don't understand.
Okay.
No, I don't understand.
Ooh. Little vocal reverb
masochistic way. I kind of find it all exciting. Like, which lover will I get today? Will you walk me?
What is the time signature in this song? I don't know. Maybe it's not that complex, but like it's like we're waltzing like in these verses, but then it's like in like 4/4 in like this chorus. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm misreading this. I'm gonna run the chorus back real quick. But
1
2, 3,
step
3, 4.
forward and 3
Yeah, there's like a
steps
weird
back.
timing thing there.
I'm the love
1, 2,
of
3,
your
4,
life
2, 3,
until I
4, 3,
make
3,
you
3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I gotta look this up. I just need validation. I hope this is lopsided. The verses are in 6/8. The chorus is in 4/4. Okay, noted. I was gonna say there's something definitely lopsided here, which, if you've been on the channel, I know Billy's done it. I know a couple other artists have done it. I gotta note it out every time I hear it. Gotta pick up on cool time signatures, right? There's nothing super crazy about 3/4, right? There's nothing crazy about 4/4, obviously. But when you're kind of doing this blend thing here, especially on the subject matter of someone talking about this kind of lopsided relationship, and especially 1 step forward, 3 steps back, you feel like you're making progress, but then you're actually kind of getting pulled back, this kind of pushing and pulling of emotions. The time signature kind of wish-wash kind of lends to that. So again, really cool songwriting, not just in the lyrical content. Again, this is why I love focusing on the production stuff. Everyone reads the Genius. Everyone talks about the lyrics or whatnot, but there's so much cool nuance you can find in production that obviously it's Olivia's songwriting and she's writing over these kind of time signature changes or chord changes or whatever, and she definitely has a lot of stake in that. But I think it's equally as valuable to focus on some of these aspects as well, and and paints the whole picture. If you're just listening at reading the lyrics, read a book at that point. You know what I'm saying? Or just make a book. We're listening to music here. We gotta listen to the whole package. So I think there's some really cool stuff going on here. Again, doing some great songwriting where even if you're not listening to the lyrics, you can feel this kind of unsettling, I don't want to say unsettling, but just kind of this lopsided emotional vibe here. Love that. All right, let's keep rolling here.
Maybe in some masochistic way.
Yeah, this.
I kind of find it all exciting. Like, which lover will I get today?
Nice little vocal flutter there.
I'm crying. It's 1 step forward and 3 steps back. I'm the love
Yeah, the timing of that first line going from the 3/4 into the 4/4 here in the chorus is so interesting.
One step forward and 3 steps back. Do you love me, want me, hate
Like now we're totally into the 4/4 vibe, but
no, it's back and forth. Did I say something
back and forth, yeah.
wrong? It's back and forth, going over everything I said. It's back and forth. Did I do something wrong? It's back and forth. Maybe this is all your fault instead. It's
Synth build?
1 step forward and 3 steps back.
I like that she went down on back there, or then go up.
Coaster's all I've ever had. Yeah, it's 1 step forward and 3 steps back.
Okay, then she went back up again.
Love me, want me, hate me, boy, I don't understand. No, I don't understand.
Okay, for one, the song resolved harmonically, so love that. After the last 2 songs that had been unresolved, I don't know, I think it's kind of interesting. I feel like the last couple songs where they've unresolved as well. Again, maybe going to be blowing some smoke on my ass, but again, we gotta cook with some of the songwriting here. We're only 4 tracks in, and I have a lot of faith in her songwriting ability, so I'm gonna chalk this up that maybe this is intentional. But I don't know, I feel like the last couple of songs were super in the thick of some of these emotions, and while I feel like this song was definitely still kind of processing, again, I feel like this song, especially with like the birds chirping in the morning, this feels like definitely like the morning after, having some time to kind of think on the relationship aspect here, and while she's acknowledging the state of this relationship, I think just kind of the tone here has just a little bit more, I don't want to say confidence, but kind of like, because again, she's totally not, it doesn't feel like she's totally resolved here personally with this kind of conflict, but it feels like this is a step in the right direction. I guess that's where I'm going to kind of leave this. So while this song resolved, I'm not saying that she's totally resolved with how she feels on the situation, but I feel like this is, again, we're moving somewhere. So, all right, let's get into track 5. Again, obviously we've heard Deja Vu and Good For You, but not quite under this kind of lens here. So let's get into track 5, Deja Vu. Just kind of looping chime thing here. What a great melody line, like right from the jump. Like,
laughing about how small it looks on you.
I love this atmosphere here. It's like we're in a dream state right now. And even just the imagery of what she's talking about too.
She's bragging to all her friends, saying you're so unique. So when you gonna tell her that we did that too? She thinks it's
God.
special, but it's all reused. That was our place. I found it first. I made the jokes you tell to her when she's with you.
Now this is real. Now this is definitely, this is more relatable to me right now.
She's with you. Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu?
Whoa. Okay, I knew the drum break was coming, but like the way it sounds, I don't know. Didn't she sing with Billy Joel or something a couple years back? I vaguely remember something about that. That's cool that she got to do that.
In between the chorus and the verse. So when you gonna tell her that we did that too? She thinks it's special, but it's all reused. That was the show we talked about. Played you the song she's singing.
What's this panning?
She's with you.
Guitar's pans super right.
Get deja vu when she's with you. Do you get deja vu?
I almost don't even want to react right now. Like, I feel like I'm not even reacting. Like, I feel like I'm just
Strawberry ice cream in Malibu.
caught in the vibe of the song so much right
Do
now.
that shit too. You're trading jackets like we used to do. Everything is outrageous.
Re-referencing all the things from the first verse and on the second verse.
Are you Billy Joel? A different girl now, but
Just the culmination of everything the song's been kind of brewing to.
get
Okay, and then we'll just kind of a vocal fade out. Ooh. Hit the lights real quick, my fault. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say. I got kind of no notes on this one. I feel like I didn't talk really a whole lot. I really say a whole lot. It's just kind of just beautiful. It's just good. It's just catchy. I like, again, kind of just the songwriting cohesion here of, you know, mentioning kind of some of these things that she put the guy onto in the first verse, and I guess even second verse, and then kind of wrapping up here in this kind of breakdown bridge section and kind of a little bit more aggression. Love that. I don't know, just a banger. All right, let's get into track 6. Good For You. Again, another banger, but let's vibe out, I guess. Interesting how this album is really... I mentioned how it kind of started off a little bit more. I'm going to run this track back. Track 1, I feel like, was the overture, and then track 2 is kind of like the real start, kind of starting from, you know, a little bit more discussing this relationship and whatnot. And as we're kind of recounting these events backwards here, I feel like now we're really in the thick of it, getting these more, you know, anger-filled cuts right here. So curious if it's going to pick up after this, but I'm going to run Good For You back. Trust. I know I yapped like 10 seconds into the song, but...
Good for you, I guess you moved on really easily. You found a new girl and it only took a couple weeks. Remember when you said that you wanted to give me the world?
Cool little panning open hi-hat thing.
I guess the therapist I found for you should really help. Now you can be a better man.
Guitars coming in more in the mix. Drums. Again, another one I don't know I'm gonna add.
I really don't get it, but I guess good for you, I guess you're getting everything you want.
Hang on.
For you, I guess you're getting everything.
It almost sounds like the bass tone, the way it was like muffled. Maybe it's just the muffled bass, like super duper filtered, but it almost sounded like they used like a slight like lower 808 for like half of a bar there.
For you, I guess you're getting
just that pure sub. Now we're back into the actual real bass guitar.
It's like we never even happened, baby.
What the fuck is up with that?
And good for you, it's like you never even met me. Remember when you swore to God I was the only person who ever got you? Well, screw that and screw you. You will never have to hurt the way you know that I do.
Like, come on, like we're cooking. It's just so good. Like, this song it's obviously it's new, it's pop, but it has like some like older nostalgic elements here. I feel like true punk leanings, pop rock, not pop rock, but like, I don't know, I feel like it just covers out a whole bunch of genres, but with like a modern take on it, which I feel like lends to its appeal to kind of everyone. Oh, there's kind of like a bit crushed sound here in the background. I love the way her voice cut through there in the mix.
For you, I guess you moved on really easily.
I don't know why that riff at the end. Someone's got to make that transition into Green Day. Again, I feel like I don't have a whole lot to add. That was kind of just like a nice little vibe out session. The only thing I'm kind of curious about is, again, I feel like we're at a little bit of an emotional high here right now. Feels good. We're getting stuff off her chest. She's saying good for you. Does she mean it though? That's really kind of where I'm at. Like, is she saying that just because, just kind of in jest? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Just things I'm thinking of as this whole album in a package here. I think these last 5 tracks here, I know the first portion or so, I feel like I knew. Actually, I really didn't know as much as I thought I did. I knew Driver's License, I knew Deja Vu, I knew Good For You, but everything else was pretty obscure to me. But definitely these last 5 tracks I'm not super familiar with, so unfamiliar territory. Strapping in for the ride. Let's get into track 7, Enough For You. Okay, I was gonna say, I figured we were gonna slow things down here after the 2 more bombastic tracks. We gotta reflect a little bit.
I wore makeup when we dated, cause I thought you'd like me more. If I looked like the other prom queens I know that you loved before. Tried so hard to be everything that you like, just for you to say you're not the compliment type. And I knew how you took your coffee and your favorite songs by heart. I read all of your self-help books so you'd think that I was smart. Stupid, emotional, obsessive.
Quick pause. I think Sabrina, I forget which song it was in Short and Sweet, mentioned about the guy who read like every self-help book. So that archetype of guy is coming back. He's coming back for a vengeance here, and you got Olivia here too. But again, it's a pattern for a reason. I feel like there's just a certain type of guy that just, I feel like I'm kind of, listen, I feel like I could have harped some of these other lines, but I don't know. I feel like a guy gets into their point in their life where, they start reading self-help books. That's one thing. But I feel like there's the kind of person that she's talking about here, or especially that Sabrina was talking about. It takes it one step further. And again, I won't elaborate. You know who type of person I'm talking about. Let's continue.
Little me, I knew from the start this is exactly how you'd leave. You found someone more exciting, the next second you were gone. And you left me there crying, wondering what I did wrong. And you always say I'm never satisfied, but I don't think that's true. Cause all I ever wanted was to be enough for you. All I ever wanted was to be enough for you. And maybe I'm just not as interesting as the girls you had before. But God, you couldn't have cared less about someone who loved you more. I'd say you broke my heart, but you broke much more than that. Now I don't want your sympathy, I just want myself back.
Wow, vocals.
You found someone more exciting, the next second you were gone. And you left me there crying, wondering what I did wrong. And you always say I'm never satisfied, but I don't think that's true. Cause all I ever wanted was to be enough.
Okay. I know it sounds like we're getting into like a bridge or something here. I love how stripped back this is. I'm so glad that this doesn't really, pick up production wise. I'm glad we kind of kept this in this pocket. I'm glad we're kind of keeping things low key because it lends to, when the production's a little bit more static like this, I feel like it really lends to songwriting and just kind of the lyrical content on top. And again, I feel like I always kind of preface that some of these songs, or for some of these artists, or just in general, I feel like I'm not really a lyrics listener first, but for a song like this, really kind of quieter tone, less crazy production things going on, especially just actually quieter. It feels like it almost forces you to kind of like lean in a little bit to kind of hear a little bit more of their lyrics, which is one thing. I know obviously I have the lyrics pulled up here, but I don't know. I feel like I got really kind of pulled into the world that she was kind of talking about here, especially more so than some of the last, the songs we've heard so far. Yeah, let's keep rolling, but I like the switch up from the last 2 tracks.
Cause all I ever wanted was to be enough. Don't you think I loved you too much to be used and discarded?
I like that she used the enough to lead into this bridge section here, that she didn't finish that line. Oh, wow.
Don't tell me you're sorry, boy. Feel sorry for yourself. Cause someday I'll be everything to somebody else. They'll think that I am so exciting. And you'll be the one who's crying. Yeah, you always say I'm never satisfied, but I don't think that's true. has to be enough. But I don't think anything could ever be enough for you. Enough for you.
I'm just gonna write this out.
Nothing's enough for you.
I know I just mentioned Sabrina, but kind of in the same vein. I mean, I feel like some, you know, these artists' pop hits, you know, the bangers are bangers. They're fun and they're fantastic in their own right. But I don't know, like one step forward, three steps back, and Enough for You so far, I feel like it would have really kind of pulled me in lyrically more so than some of these other tracks, and really kind of helped me understand on a different front some of these artists, and obviously Olivia here. So yeah, that was great. That was really, really resonant there. Okay, I'm gonna read chat real quick. LMFAO, he also got Sabrina. Same dude, actually. Joshua Bassett, When I Catch You. Not same dude from Short and Sweet, but Sabrina did date this dude from the song. Wait, what? Wait, so it's actually the same guy? Who is this guy? Okay, so I cook. Listen, let a guy cook a little bit when I talk about relating some of these other songs. So the self-help book thing, was this the same person? Or if not the same person, then... Okay, who the hell is Joshua Bassett? I need to... Maybe I don't need to look this up, but like, I need to know who to avoid. The other girl in these songs... That's crazy. Wait, and like all these songs? Wait, so they could... Okay, do they have beef? I almost need to like re-listen to this whole album because like that just totally reconceptualized like everything. No? Okay. Does Sabrina have... Because she mentioned blonde hair, but she mentioned blue eyes. Does Sabrina have brown eyes? I thought she had blue eyes. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Maybe it's just a term she used. I don't know. Whatever, but... Sabrina and Olivia are good now. Okay. Love that. Love that for them. Realistically, it's not Sabrina's fault. You know, she's just someone who just also was kind of led by this guy's tricks, it seems like. Okay. So Joshua Bassett, I don't know if he makes music, but for the sake of music, I'm putting him in the Key Asylum as just a person. He's in his flop era as a human being right now. So that's crazy. Joshua Bassett and Sabrina were Public Enemy #1 when this album came out. Okay, well, I guess that's fair when there's less information, but all right, I'll do some research later. Chat, fill me in on our YouTube. Let me know what I'm gonna miss here, but that's crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, they're both Disney Channel people. I mean, they're all Disney Channel people, so I guess there would be overlap there, or that's like why they would know each other. So. Okay, I'm gonna keep rolling. Let's get into track 8, Happier. Again, 3 another big streamers. I'm kind of curious why Enough for You didn't have as many streams as some of these other tracks, but maybe it's just because it's slower. Same with, you know, 1 step forward, 3 steps back, but I don't know. I guess we'll kind of hear the vibe we get on Happier.
We broke up a month ago. Your friends are mine. You
Wow, heavy
know.
piano? Crazy synth lead in too.
Found someone new. One more girl.
Nice.
Brings out the better in you. And I thought my heart was.
What does this chord progression remind me of?
All the sunlight of our past. But she's so sweet. She's so pretty. Does she mean you forgot about
Okay, I'm just gonna let him cook.
I hope you're happy, but not like how you were with me. I'm selfish, I know. Can't let you go. So find someone great, but don't find no one better. I hope you're
Ooh, nice.
happy,
Hold this
but
chord.
be happier. And do you tell her she's
Whoa.
the most beautiful girl you've ever seen?
Okay, hang on. I gotta run that back. That was a... Let me cook. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong. They kind of faked us out there. I thought it was gonna drop into something a little bit more bombastic. I think that was a fake out. Next time we get this chorus section, they do the fake out again, it's gonna actually lead into, you know, the bigger bridge. I think that was foreshadowing there.
Find someone great, but don't find no one better. I hope you're happy, but don't be happier. And do you tell
That's crazy.
her
Okay.
she's the most beautiful girl you've ever seen? An eternal love bullshit, you know you'll never mean. Remember when I believed you meant it when you said it first to me. And now
This waltzing tempo here makes me feel like I'm at like... I know she mentioned like prom queen. There's some of that like high school imagery, but like I feel like I'm at the dance right now. I don't know. There's something.
Gives you butterflies. I hope you're happy.
Something about this tempo.
Like how you
Feels like we're
with me.
keeping, you know,
Selfish, I
several
know.
feet for Jesus here.
Can't let you go. So find someone great, but don't find no one better. I hope
I love the phrasing there.
happy. I wish you all the best. Really say you love her, baby. Just not like you love me. And think of me fondly when your hands are on her. I hope you're
Okay.
happy, but don't be happier.
Okay. A little bit more of a subtle drop. A little bit more of a subtle drop. Honestly, I'm glad it didn't go super crazy because it didn't need to.
Happy, just not like how you were with me. I'm selfish, I know. Can't let you go. So find someone great, but don't find no one better. I hope you're happy, but don't be happier.
Wow, great line. To find someone great, but don't find no one better. Bars. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick, just mental lyric skim through, just to make sure there's nothing I missed here. Okay, still sort of similar vibes to some of these other, what some of these other tracks I've talked about of this fucking dude, this fucking guy, professing sweet nothings essentially. It turned out to be nothing. And this guy's moved on, and again, it's Olivia kind of just dealing with the outcome of all this. I'm still trying to paint a, you know, get the picture of being in Olivia's head right now of where she's at in this album. Because again, while we slow things down and feel a little bit more reflective. Again, I know the album's called Sour, but you know we still got a little bit of bitterness here. It's like we're still trying to move on. You know, we're kind of having, you know, ups and downs a little bit. I feel like even had a little bit of just kind of that built into the song, just the way it kind of was gonna build up there, then kind of fell down. I feel like we're getting somewhere still, but again, a little bit more going back into the kind of emotional whiplash here of kind of feeling like you're over it, but kind of getting dragged back into it and not being totally over it despite saying you're over it. So, all right, let's move on to track 9, Jealousy. Okay, well, maybe we're not quite over it, but track 9, Jealousy. Wow, these bass tone is so thick.
On my phone across the room, 'cause all I see are girls too good to be true.
Okay.
With paper white teeth and perfect bodies. Wish I didn't care. I know their beauty's not my like, but it feels like that way.
Nice. Bring it back.
On my back, and I can't let it go. Comparison. It's killing me.
Whoa.
Slowly, I think too much about kids who don't know me. I'm so sick of myself. Rather be anyone else.
This is a super unique one.
Jealousy started following me.
Nice.
I see everyone getting all the things I want. I'm happy for them, but then again, I'm not.
Okay, she's barring out again?
Vintage clothes and vacation photos, I can't stand it. Oh God, I sound crazy. That win is not my loss.
This has got a cool vibe. I like this one.
Can't help getting
But this chorus, okay?
up in your comparison is killing me slowly.
Okay, I gotta hear that lead in again because the first time it was just co-comparison and now it's co-comparison. Co-comparison, and then we got.
Comparison.
Okay, so she kind of does like a little bit of like a lead in. She goes co. Okay, I sound crazy. I just want to hear because I noticed the extra co in there. I want to hear how that lead and how it's different. This chorus is so unique.
I think too much about kids who don't know me. I'm so sick
Okay, already kind of singing the melody. I don't know this one, I promise, but like.
anyone else.
Jealousy. Nice, like. Whoa, the saturation on her vocal here. Nice. Ooh. It's piano. Yeah. Come on. Wow, it's bass tone. I thought it was big earlier. No, we're totally stereo now. I love this sound palette here. I don't even know what to say. Okay, hang on. How many streams does this one have? Okay, it's got a lot. I'm happy for it. I'm curious. Something I want to say about this song in particular. I feel like this song was probably not saying that the other songs weren't unique, but I feel like this one was like just a little bit more unique than some of the other songs. I'm kind of curious to hear where her sound goes when we get to Guts. Looks like there's a 2-year gap, so I guess we'll see. You know how some of these trends progress, but I don't know. I'm a little sunlocked. I feel like it's just a little, I don't want to say experimental, but like I love like the wackiness of like those kind of out of key like piano stabbings, and just I love that Olivia left that in. I mean, obviously it's part of the songwriting, led to kind of this jealous vibe, just kind of this emotional build, but just kind of in a different way, you know, rather than just making things more saturated or, you know, bigger or louder or whatever. To just kind of get a little bit more wild in the note playing. That's cool. We get it. We see you. But again, I think that's just a really unique way about presenting these ideas. And I hope that she continues down this track. She wants to continue, you know, down the driver's license vibe. Here for it. Or some of these other vibes. I'm here for it. But so far from what I've heard, this track just has a unique sonic identity. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna end that at. Let's keep rolling. We got 2 more tracks. We're kind of making good time here. Let's close this out strong. Track 10, Favorite Crime, Ba-Bam. Okay, we're doing the second last track, a little bit slower, so here's how we're gonna end things.
I let you treat me like that. I was your willing accomplice, honey. And I watched as you fled the scene.
Doing a 2-chord back and forth thing.
One heart broke, 4 hands bloody.
One heart broke, 4 hands bloody. Bars. Great vocal harmony too.
The things you did. Well, I hope I was your favorite crime.
Goosebumps. Actually, goosebumps.
Use me as an alibi. I crossed my heart as you crossed the line, and I defended you to all my friends. And now every time a siren sounds, I wonder if you're around, 'cause you know that I'd do it all again. All the things I did.
Wow.
Just so I could call you mine. The things you did.
I love these vocal stacks she's doing right now. Oh. Okay, hang on. I gotta hear how that blended, because it was kind of staccato at first, just kind of like following what she was saying, and then it.
All the things I did.
Okay, she's just kind of saying the lines, then it cuts out. Okay, then it like she does it.
The things you did. Well, I hope
and now we get these backing vocals that just build on that. I probably sound crazy, but hopefully you can hear what I'm talking about.
It's bittersweet to think about the damage that we do. 'Cause I was going down, but I was doing it with you. Yeah, everything we broke and all the trouble that we made. But I say that I hate you with the smile on my face. Oh, look what we became.
Wow.
All the things I did, just so I could call you mine.
Okay, I'm just gonna let the song finish. I was gonna pause, but.
Well, I hope I was your favorite crime. Your favorite crime.
Nice. And now we get that
Your favorite cry.
just solo vocal.
'Cause baby, you were mine.
Ooh, kind of a mysterious end once again. Wow, that was incredible. I hope I think she's done a lot of fantastic vocal work throughout this entire album, but in terms of like the vocal stacks, I think her vocal just processing and just the harmony she used here just really had a lot of color here. I think they just really painted, I don't know, I feel like each of these tracks have had a unique sonic element that have brought me into the world of the album, and that really kind of did it here. Like come on, like
All the things you did.
do you not hear this right now?
Well, I hope I was your favorite cry.
Wait, hang on.
Well, I hope I was your favorite cry.
Wow.
Your favorite.
Great. That's just beautiful. I don't even know what to say about that. Yeah, I know we're at the end of this album, and I know I gotta, enjoy this for what it is, but this has just kind of got me excited to hear what we get with Guts. I'm really kind of just curious to hear where her sound goes and how she matures, not only as a person, but as an artist as well. This album is so far, I'm getting to the end album thoughts when we get to it, but I don't know, I feel like we've just had a great sound palette of ideas of kind of ways that Olivia could branch out into the future, and I feel like she'd be valid for all these potential routes, but I don't know, I think there's she's cooking something special here. All right, let's get into the final track, which seemingly has the least amount of streams. I'm not gonna consider that too much. I don't know if that just means, again, I feel like the last several tracks that have been understreamed have been a little bit more emotionally resonant, so maybe that's what we're getting here. A lot of people can't or don't want to sit with their emotions. that's maybe why. But let's get in track 11. Hope you're okay. From a song title like that, I'm assuming we're gonna get that. So this guitar tone.
I knew a boy once when I was small, a towhead blonde with eyes of salt. He played the drum in the marching band. His parents cared more about the Bible than being good to their own child.
Real?
He wore long sleeves because of his dad.
Real?
And somehow we fell out of touch. Hope he took his bad deal and made a royal flush. Don't know if I'll see you again someday, but if you're out there, I hope that you're okay.
Okay, this is it's fitting, obviously it's the last track, but this is the closure track I think I was kind of waiting for. So
My middle school friend grew up alone. She raised her brothers on her own. Her parents hated who she loved.
real? I'm gonna keep saying that.
She couldn't wait to go to college. She was tired cause she was brought into a world where family was merely blood. Does she know how proud I am? She was created with the courage to unlearn all of their hatred.
Why did that kind of get me emotional?
We don't talk much, but I just gotta say I miss you. And I hope that you're okay. Address the letters to the holes in my butterfly wings. Nothing's forever. Nothing's as good as it seems. And when the clouds won't iron out, the monsters creep into your house. Every door is hard to close. Well, I hope you know how proud I am you were created with the courage to unlearn all of their hatred. Oh God, I hope that you're happier today. 'Cause I love you. And I hope that you're okay.
Oh wow, we got a whole instrumental outro. Okay, love that. I'm hearing people talking. Ooh, and a hard cut, I almost gonna say like that tone, not totally like the driver's license kind of car tone, but kind of gave that vibe a little bit. Which hopefully, in the way we're getting a hard cut there, hopefully that doesn't mean, you know, we're going to kind of repeat the cycle here of, you know, going back into, you know, if driver's license is kind of, you know, earlier on in the album. Hopefully that doesn't mean that this is a cycle. Hopefully we can kind of get out of this. Olivia, hopefully you're doing okay, and you moved on from all this bullshit. But yeah, that was, listen, we've listened to Ethel Cain, you know, we've listened. All you got to do is mention religious trauma, parental trauma, any of that stuff. We're here for it. And we can relate. And yeah, I would say that was probably the most, again, not to say that the other songs weren't mature, but I feel like out of, you know, some of the more, I gotta use my words carefully here. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about, or like what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that the other stuff's like immature or like, but there's definitely a certain youthful, you know, energy to some of these other songs. You cannot deny that. This is a pancakes, waffles type thing. Like I'm saying one thing, I'm not saying another. But I don't know. I feel like just the songwriting here and just kind of the, I don't know, maybe it's less that it's a mature song and just more just her. No, it is a mature song because I feel like even her being less angsty, you know, you feel like teenage angst. It's not just I mean, sure, there's adult angst, but you know, it's teenage angst for a reason. You know, it's tied in with the kind of more teenage, younger emotions. Where I guess while inherently this feels a little bit more mature because she's actually kind of confronting her emotions. She's accepting a little bit more of kind of, you know, this situation here, and kind of her relationship with the people in her life as well. She's kind of directly addressing this head on. So I guess it is inherently more mature. So love that for her as well. Really excited to see where we're going to get in guts when we get to that. But all right, let's get into the end album recap because we're kind of doing that right now. Sour, Olivia Rodrigo, banger. I don't know why it took me so long to kind of get to this. I feel like I kind of pumped the brakes a little bit just because, again, I was kind of worried I thought I was going to know more than I did. I really didn't. Despite how big some of these songs are streamed, I guess that kind of shows how big the world is sometimes. But no, I'm glad that, you know, I finally have put on the game. Again, I feel like that's kind of what this whole channel is kind of getting caught up on some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm just really excited to see where Olivia grows. I guess kind of my predictions or guess kind of once. I know while her pop single bag is incredible. I mean, listen, going from Driver's License, Deja Vu, and Good For You is like your singles. Obviously, she got great taste there and, you know, great sonic palette. But I love some of the vibes on some of these slower tracks, like One Step Forward, Three Steps Back. Love that one. Enough For You. Even I'd argue, Hope You're Okay here. I like those kind of slower, more true singer-songwriter, you know, just a girl and an instrument, just venting to the world sort of vibe. Love that. So I'd be okay if we're going down that vibe. And again, I'd also be more down if we dabble a little bit more in like jealousy here. Again, I feel like it got a little wacky there, but I like that. I feel like it kind of showed a little bit of different character, not just in the way that she can sing or just in making things louder or more intense. I feel like there's just kind of some unique ways of kind of presenting some of those ideas. So I don't know. All in all, I think this was a fantastic album. Obviously, we'll be here when Olivia Rodrigo 3 comes out, but I guess we got to get the guts first. So I don't know. We'll do that sometime in the near future, but I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you want me to react to in the future. Again, this is unedited and posted early, but I guess if you're watching this, I guess it's kind of too late, but it's unedited on Patreon. So you can check that out if you'd like. Links down below. And these videos are done live on Twitch every Monday. That's my spiel. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Why did I turn off my light?